Hi everyone, Tanya from Shattered Bones. I should call it the Shattered Bones system today. I know I've been watching a lot of dissociative identity disorder videos and trying to understand my inner world a little bit more. I don't want to make my channel a specific channel to any particular diagnosis, but this is a brand new diagnosis for me, so of course that's where my focus is primarily right now as I'm learning how to deal with this and figuring out how my inner mind works. But I'm really more about the lasting effects of early childhood trauma. People think that you leave your abusive situation and you're automatically okay because you're safe and you're out of that environment. They don't understand the lasting impact it has on a developing child's brain. And there was tons of amnesia around my early childhood trauma. I mean, I always knew that I was abused physically and emotionally. I had tons of amnesia around the sexual molestation, tons. And I had tons of amnesia around the ritual abuse, like the specific over and over intentional fracturing that was done to me. I have a lot more memories around that now. And someday I'll probably share that. I don't know. That might be in a book. It might be in a blog. We'll see how it goes. Anyone who's interested, you can go to shatteredbones.com. I have several blogs there. And what I do in my blogs is when I retrieve a memory, which I know now is just like one of my parts will let me know about that memory, because I have a flashback, and a flashback is not the same as a memory. When you have a flashback, you're in that moment. You are reliving it. You are seeing everything, smelling everything, feeling everything. For me, that's how I experience it. It's not the same as just remembering something that happened. It's you're reliving it. So when a part of myself that is holding a trauma memory finally decides to share that with me, typically I will start having some kind of body memory. The other day I was having, probably last week, about 3 days, I had this sharp pain in my chest. It just felt like a stabbing knife in my chest or my heart, right in the middle of my chest. Kept feeling this pain, and I could pinpoint it. I could touch it and say it's right between these two ribs, and it's more to the right than to the left, kind of thing. And woke up the other morning and was introduced to a part of me that was really upset because I was giving a different a different part of me credit, or I thought that part was telling me things, but it wasn't that part. It was this part that felt betrayed by me because I didn't know who they were. So it's so confusing. I mean, I know it sounds insane just listening to me talk about it. Eventually, I will try to do a video and kind of introduce you to who I've been introduced to. Hesitant to do that only because I know I live in a small community, and this is just giving my abusers fuel to the fire to say, look how crazy she is. See, she's insane. But what I have to remember, and what everyone else has to remember, is my brain has always worked this way. And the only reason why my brain fractured like this is because of intense, repetitive trauma that made me feel like I could die. And it's very difficult for a child to wrap around their brain that the people that are supposed to love and protect them the most are hurting them. So a child will not stop loving their parents. They stop loving themselves, which explains why I was suicidal for so long. I've been told by my entire family, you're bad, you're evil, you're this, you're that. For 50 years, that's what they say. So they're going to try to twist this and say, oh, see, I told you she was crazy. What they're not understanding, and the point that they're missing, is I am this way because of what they did to me. So all of my diagnoses, all of the issues that I'm having, as awful as they are, because I think it's bullshit that I have to keep struggling with this and dealing with this when they should be the ones struggling and dealing with stuff. I mean, I already had to live through all this shit once, and now I'm having to live through it all again, and it pisses me off. So it's just so frustrating. I mean, there should be laws when a person is diagnosed with complex PTSD and dissociative identity disorder, that should be evidence and proof enough that what I'm saying happened. I can't make this stuff up. And they should be prosecuted. The people who did this to me should be prosecuted, and the people who continue to hurt me absolutely should be stopped from doing it. It's just ridiculous. And yeah, I live in a small town. I could see them at any moment. I've been no contact with them intentionally for 4 years unless they've had me in court, because these toxic people will continue to hurt you any way they can. My family is actually using my adult children to hurt me, and my adult children are clueless to what they're doing. They just go right along with it because you know what? I was dumb and I allowed my children to be enmeshed in my toxic family. I didn't understand toxic family dynamics. I didn't know that they would use my children and say things to my children and make them hate me too. I should have figured that's what happens to a scapegoat. I understand it now. Hindsight's 2020. Anybody who's watching this who has maybe just starting to remember things about your early childhood, keep your kids away from your toxic family. I moved out of that house at 18. I called it hell. I moved out of that hell they called home at 18. I wish I would have never looked back. I wish I would have moved far, far away to another country, whatever, and they never met my kids. That is what I wish would have happened. It didn't happen. I stayed around them. I was trauma bonded to them. I played the perfect family for Facebook. I'd go there for the holidays, even though I was so stressed out, and I would get... it was so triggering for me. What they put me through and what they continued to put me through was unbelievable. So, yeah. I just wanted to show that, you know, I see all these... I see all these channels with dissociative identity disorder, all sunshine and rosy. Oh, meet my alters. Look how great they are. Look how well they're getting along. Blah, 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 blah. That's not what I'm feeling right now, okay? I'm feeling completely overwhelmed. I've only known about this for about 3 weeks. I'm aware of close to 20 different parts of me now. I understand how my inner world works. I've been in the inner world. I know where they live. I know that's how they introduce me to different parts. And I'm getting all these body memories. The body memories come with flashbacks and vivid detail of things that happened to me that I'm going to have to, you know, I'm keeping a journal. I'm documenting it so I can update my blog eventually. But this isn't easy. This is so hard. It's hard work. And it's not fair. I mean, I'm just having to relive this all again. It's like a life sentence. They gave me a life sentence. But I'm determined to overcome it. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go to start my classes, so well, hopefully I can get out of the house and do that. I'm going to try so hard. I just am so determined not to let them steal any more of my life. But, you know, yesterday was Dawson's prom, and I didn't even go to take pictures. They, you know, Christina's mom sent me pictures. It was just so hard for me. I've just really been struggling for probably the last 3 or 4 days. Insomnia is bad, and I'm pretty much just sitting in my chair and zoning out, disassociating, switching back and forth. It's not fun. It's not easy. Nothing about this is fun or easy. So, yeah, maybe someday I'll be that channel that, hi, I'm Fred today, and then I start talking in a deep voice, but I ain't there yet. I ain't nowhere near there yet. I think that I'm 53, so my brain's been working like this for a long, long time. I think I switch, and people don't know it. I'm starting to become aware of it. Even watching some of my videos where I'm singing and stuff, I can tell that's when different parts are there, but other people can't. And I know who's fronting a little more now because I'm aware of my inner system. But, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be that person to say, oh, you know, call me this or call me that, but I could be wrong. You know, I'm brand new to this, so I don't know. But it's overwhelming, and that's what's going on. You guys know I tell you the truth. I tell you how it works and how it is, and I don't try to sugarcoat anything. That's what's going on. I'll let you know how tomorrow goes. I'll let you know if I made it to school, if I got signed up for the class, and how it was for me, because I don't even know what I'm going to remember. It's just... I'm sure I'll do fine, but it is overwhelming. I'll talk to you tomorrow or very soon. I love you all more.